When I was in my early 30s, I've been traveling a lot and exploring different cultures, different countries, the foods, and everything that goes with it. And the one thing I noticed the most was the coffee. The coffee was always good. I noticed that, and it was something I brought back home with me. So once I got back to the home soil, I started kind of shopping around and checking different coffees out in different grocery stores and playing around a little bit. And you know what? It never ever compared to that time I was sitting on the beach drinking that coffee, whether it was in Honduras, Guatemala, just something was missing. So I got into it and I started looking into what the breakdown was, is why our coffee wasn't tasting as good as the fresh. And the biggest breakdown I noticed was the inventory. Coffee that you're buying in grocery stores is over 3 months old, some being over up to 5 months old. These inventories are made in huge inventory lots and they're shipped out to different locations and they just sit there. So that's the biggest thing. When you get into coffee, the best thing with coffee is the freshness. The second thing I found, which is the most disturbing, and it doesn't even relate to the freshness or the taste of your coffee, but it relates to your health, and that's mold. These big super chain coffee companies bring in huge surplus inventory orders. It sits there for a long time. Mold starts to develop, and instead of testing for it and having a huge loss of inventory, they just run it through their roaster and off to you in the package. Not very good, and it can jeopardize your health quite significantly if you drink a lot of coffee or your body is sensitive to molds. The third thing I noticed was pricing. We were getting gouged at the price. You come in at the grocery store and you run your coffee bag and it was $15 to $30 for a really good bag of coffee. And I was just wondering, how can this be? So I started looking into it and I started researching it. I realized that these companies are buying huge inventories. You're getting coffee that's spread out through a huge region and blended into one. You're not gonna get the true organic, the natural coffee where it comes from one single origin and that single tree, that crop, that temperature that year, everything that goes into making a cup of coffee. It's like wine. There's a lot of variables that go into it, and when you miss out on those variables, you get this mid-standard cup of coffee, and that's what we've been known to enjoy, is that mid-standard cup of coffee, and I wanted to change that. So what I did is I bought my own little roaster, and I owned a concrete company at the time, so I would roast up coffee and give it to the boys at work and see if they liked it. And it took a while to really kind of experiment, but I ended up getting coffee from all over the world, different regions, different altitudes, single origin. Some were organics, some just ethically sourced. And I started playing around and finding these coffees. And what I've done is I've narrowed it down into a couple key regions, Ethiopia and Colombia. Their coffee is consistently putting out some really great cups, some unique flavors, and some really bold tasting, smooth tasting coffee. To me, coffee, it's more than just a pick-me-up drink. It's a lifestyle. It's the first thing you have in the morning. It should be a fresh cup of coffee. It should taste great. And the most thing, it should be healthy for you. You shouldn't be able to sit back and be like, man, I paid $35 for this coffee and it tastes all right. Coffee shouldn't cost that much money. And it should be fresh to you when you order, not sitting on a shelf for 3 months. So that's how we do our lifestyles. That's what we pride ourselves. We pride ourselves on delivering you the best tasting coffee, fresh to your order. It should only take 3 to 5 days to get to your place. So that's how old our coffee is when it gets to you, 3 to 5 days, and you can guarantee you that. Not only that, but we're giving you the best tasting coffee that we can find throughout the world. We source our beans from everywhere. We get samples coming in from lots from all different regions. Africa, South America, Asia, all the hot coffee spots, we're getting them, we're making samples and we're trying the coffee out. And what we're looking for is coffee that's flavor, coffee that's bold, coffee that smells great. When you taste it, you notice, hey man, this is coffee. And that's what we pride ourselves on. And we're giving it to you for fair prices. Not only that, but we're there for you when you run out. With our subscription program, you never ever run out. It gets delivered to you on your set times. If you drink a lot of coffee and you want fresh coffee every 2 weeks, it's coming to you every 2 weeks. You don't have to worry about it. We're sending it out. With the subscriptions, not only that, but you get access to our free sample program where we bring in new coffee and we send you a sample to try out and we take your feedback and we can change your subscription to match that coffee that you like. Your lifestyle should be flexible. Your coffee should be flexible just as well with it. You never know what you're doing, whether you're out on the bike, you're out surfing, you're out with your friends, or you're studying, or you're going to work. Your lifestyle's always changing, so don't make your coffee that one brand that you get. Make your coffee lifestyle flexible. And that's Lifestyles, and I hope you enjoy all our products that we have to offer for you guys, because we want your mornings to start off on the right foot forward, and we're gonna do everything that we can to make that happen for you. So check out the site, order up some coffee, guarantee you won't regret it.